Morning guys. Right, so disappointed yesterday when this was all lining up and not lining up. Wasn't really sure what was going on. But the angle of the lay shaft suggests that something was definitely going wrong. I couldn't really work out what's going on, so got out another engine, and the cutout on this one is clearly thicker than this one. So I'll get the old vernier out on it, zero that. Let's see what it's saying there. Can you get to that there? So about 3.5 roughly. Well, this one's 5. Oh, yeah. This one's 4.3. Another one here. This one's 4, just over. So, concluding from that, that's where the difference is on some of these engines. Now, you might get away with it when you have the plastic engine mounts, but with the metal ones, obviously the metal's straight, and it's not going to bend into position, therefore making everything tight in the lay shaft and all that. So, plain chassis, engine mount. I thought I'd do it this way around and find out where the problem is. So, attach that into there. Well, I missed. And then with the small handle engine mount, again there's no adjustment. So I'd put it in. This can be awkward. Maybe not. Yeah. Yeah, that's got it. That's got that one. Happy days. Now, we all know there's no adjustment there, so there's nothing that we can do there. Now, first inspection there. Let's get this down. The lay shaft actually looks nice and straight for once, but what I can see, that's touching the clutch around nicely, but when I look at this side, no, you can't see it that way. You can see it that way. There's the problem. So if you're mounting the engine to all the mounts first and then putting it into the car, it's all going to be out of line, therefore causing the tightness. So that's quite a big gap there. So I'm going to attempt to just put a washer in there for now and then assemble the rest of it and see if that makes all the gears nice and free and smooth and at the right angle that they should be. I mean, you would have thought that they will now. As I say, every time I look down on that lay shaft, it looks absolutely square now. We'll see. But yeah, I can loosen up these to get the bolts in there nice and square as well. But maybe that's the way to do things, really. Put the mount in and then attach the engine to the mount while it's in the car, rather than attaching the everything to the engine, getting it flat, and then marrying that up with the chassis, you know. Maybe that's where I've been going wrong, really. But anyway, this hasn't proved successful yet, but early indications say to me that that was where the problem is, really. It's nothing to do with the fact that I've doubled up with these plates, because if you've owned an FG for any amount of time, you know that these plates eventually split somewhere, break in half, something like that. So on the large side you can double up, it makes no difference, but on the smaller size you have to still stick with one, because of the way that these are offset. So this is the smaller one, which goes to that bottom one there, and it's slightly shorter to accommodate the plate, shorter than the other two, so that one and that one, which are the top. Just in case you made that mistake in the rebuilding process, but you can quite clearly see that there's a difference there, and the difference is for that, and that's why you can only put one plate there. But the fact that you have two there, you know, doubles the strength, so it helps strengthen all of this sort of thing. And the idea of the alley engine mounts obviously is to brace everything under acceleration and braking and all that sort of thing, because the braking's done on here as well as the front cables. There's going to be tension and movement there, which is fine on, you know, for running it. You'll run it for years with a plastic mount, not having problems, but you might see some indications of a worn lay shaft where the bearings oscillating a little bit on the lay shaft and eating into it, and of course that just gets worse and worse, sort of thing. But yeah, there's a reason why you have the alley, but you don't have to. It's an option. So it's an option that I've taken just to get a stiffer drivetrain, you know. But yeah, I'm going to carry on with the assembly. I think I'll assemble it on this chassis while it's all here, and make sure it's all goes together. But I'll do that in the next video.